Okay, in this video, I will talk about the small mistake I made in the previous video on this telescoping series. Even though I still end up with the correct answer, but a mistake is a mistake, and I will show you guys what the mistake is, and I'll show you guys how you can prevent it. Alright, so here we go. Notice that this and that, they are pretty much the same kind, but they are off by 2. Because if you have n-1 to n+1, it's off by 2. And this is telescoping, and the way to see is, you are going to begin with n equals 2, and then you are just going to plug in 2 into the n, and you get 1 over 1 minus 1 over 3, and then you plug in n is equal to 3, and then here you get 1/2 minus 1 over 4, and so on, right? And you should just write down a few terms, and you should also write down n-1's term and also the n's term. When you plug in n-1 into this n, you get n-2 here, and then when you put n-1 into this n, you get just n. And of course, this one keeps on going forever because this is an infinite series. And now, here is the deal. Because this right here, they are off by 2. You will see, right? Keep that in mind. In fact, you will end up with 2 terms surviving in the front and also 2 terms surviving in the end right here in your formula. I will show you guys what I mean by that. Alright, so now you see that we see 1 over 1 minus 1/3, and we notice that we have a 1/3 right here that's positive. So we cannot skip this, right? And then you just go ahead and do this and that cancellation. So that's good. And then you see that we have minus 1 over 4, and this is a positive 1 over 4, so of course you can cancel this out. And now if you look at, if I just say this is for n goes from 2 to 5, how many terms do we have in the front? Well, positive 1 over 1 plus 1 over 2, and then minus 1 over 5, and then minus 1 over 6, right? And notice, if you keep on going, let me say I want to go from n is equal to 2 to 6. Well, you have minus 1 over 5, and this is positive 1 over 5. Therefore, you can cancel them out. In fact, this term is completely gone, that parentheses. But if you look at just this of now, you have this and that remaining, and then you have this and that in the front remaining as well. And of course, you can keep on going. Notice you have minus 1 over 6, and this is plus 1 over 6, so they cancel again, right? So in fact, this will keep on going. In fact, this is going to cancel with something after this right here, and then likewise, this is going to cancel with something after that. And then of course, it keeps on going like this, so you just do a lot of cancellations. And you will see that this term will get cancelled with something in the front right here. And then you are going to have cancelled one of this term right here with the 1 over n-1, because this guy will skip this and then cancel with that. Because you will have this and that, 2 terms remaining, you have to subtract. So this right here, we will see that. Right here we have pretty much just 1 and then plus 1/2. And then we do have to write down these 2 terms. This is a minus 1 over n. And then we also have the minus 1 over n plus 1. And because this one keeps on going forever, you have to take the limit as n goes to infinity. And the good thing is that when n is going toward infinity, this guy is approaching 0, so is this. So in fact, you just have 1 plus 1/2, and of course that's just 3/2 right here. So the more behind the story is that if you have a telescoping series, meaning that these 2 are the same kind, but they're just off by a few terms. From here to here, we are off by 2, right? In that case, you will have 2 terms in the front left, and then 2 terms in the end left. So it's like this and that. Be sure you take the limit as n goes to infinity and pay attention to the behaviors of this, because sometimes you may end up with actual values right here that you have to take care of. So now let me show you guys another example on how we can actually take care of telescoping series the fast way. So you just have to notice these 2 things are the same kind and they are subtracting. And what I mean by that is, of course, you see that e to the whatever, right? And this is 1 over n, but this is 1 over n plus 3. So they are the same kind, but they're just off by 3. Because you are going from n to n plus 3. In this case, the fast way to write this out is the following. This is going to be, well, you plug in 1 into this term, and you don't have to worry about the subtraction. It's actually just this is going to be remaining. So it's just e to the 1 over 1. And then you have a total of 3 terms in the front, the positive terms. Next, of course, n will be 2. And then next will be n equals 3. So these are the 3 terms that we have. And then you are going to subtract 3 terms because you have this off by 3. And usually you want to write down the nth term for the nth partial sum. So in the end here, I want to subtract e to the 1 over n plus 3. Remember, it's this right here, right? This is the last term that you will have on the nth term. Well, in the previous term, let me just write this down for you. This is the nth term. The previous term will be the n minus 1th term. So you plug in n minus 1 to here, you get e to the 1 over n plus 2, and this is subtracting. And then you have to do n minus 2's term. So what you do is, plugging n minus 2 into this n, you get e raised to the 1 over n plus 1. So this is pretty much what you have. And do it carefully, because this time, these 3 terms, they all matter, because when you take the limit as n goes to infinity, well, this time we get 1 over infinity plus 1. That's 0, but you have e to the 0th power. So in fact, this guy is going to approach e to the 0, which is 1. And then the second guy right here, altogether e to the 0 as well, you get 1. Likewise, this right here, you get 1. So what do we get? We see that this will give us e to the 1st power plus e to the 1/2 power, and then plus e to the 1/3 power, and then you minus 1, minus 1, minus 1. So this will be the exact answer for this telescoping series. So if you don't want to write down a lot of the terms and see the cancellations, then this is how you can do it, and just make sure that you do it carefully, and you can still end up with the correct answer. Anyway, hopefully this helps, and hopefully this clears the mistakes I made in the previous video, and hopefully you guys all like this. And if you guys do, be sure to give me a like, and also comment down below if you guys have any questions. And if you're new to my channel, please subscribe for more math content. And as always, that's it.